The Spanish Empire was not merely built, it was confessed. Forged in fire and baptism, it was the empire that sailed toward God and found itself instead. Between faith and gold, they sought redemption in expansion. But to conquer the world is to meet the mirror of your own soul. Section 1. The sea as cathedral. They set sail not to plunder, not yet, but to prove that faith could stretch across oceans, that the world itself was sacramental, that dominion was divine. The ships were sanctuaries, the sea a trembling altar. They carried with them the cross and the sword, the Bible and the banner. To colonize was to consecrate. To dominate was to baptize. And yet, in every act of salvation, a shadow of hunger stirred. Section 2. The Gospel and the Gold. They found paradise and called it property. Faith, once pure, became commerce wrapped in Scripture. They built cathedrals from silver veins and crowned kings with blood-stained chalices. The empire became a paradox, holy and hollow, devout and devouring. Every mine a confession booth, every prayer an echo of extraction. Domination had transfigured from conquest of souls to conquest of substance. Section 3. The fire of belief. But even here, in the fever of expansion, faith burned sincerely. Missionaries wrote in tears. Soldiers died whispering the name of Christ. They were not cynics. They were possessed. Spain believed the world could be redeemed through submission, that truth could be enforced like gravity. To dominate was to serve the divine order. To suffer for empire was to imitate God. Section 5. The Inquisition within. But no empire conquers without cost, and Spain, the first truly global power, was devoured from within. Faith turned inward. Doubt became doctrine. The empire began to police its own soul. The Inquisition was not only political, it was psychological. A system designed to burn impurity out of the collective mind. To dominate the world was not enough. They sought to dominate thought itself. Section 5. The mirror of conquest. The new world was a mirror, reflecting back the hidden hunger of the old. What began as a voyage of revelation became an exile from innocence. They conquered continents, but lost their axis. Spain's empire was never merely a state. It was an epoch of conscience. It forced humanity to confront the unbearable question: can faith survive power? Can purity survive possession? Section 6. The Gold and the Cross. And yet, from that contradiction, a deeper light emerged. Cathedrals of gold still rise over Latin skies. Languages fused, cultures endured. The conquest was terrible, but its ashes gave birth to new nations, new faiths, new consciousness. Spain's sin was also its gift. It forced the sacred to face the material and the divine to descend into flesh. To dominate, they had to believe, and in believing, they were undone. Section 7. Rome built law, Britain, language, Egypt, eternity. And Spain built confession, an empire of faith and fire, a dominion of belief and blood. To dominate the false, they sought truth, and in finding it, they shattered. But perhaps the empire of the cross was not meant to last, only to prepare us for a crown without a king, a kingdom without a master.